Hello students, we'll study Module 2 of Digital Switching System, Evolution of Switching Systems. Introduction. Switching systems and associated signaling systems are very essential to the operation of telecommunication networks. The proper facilities are provided by the switching system through some functions. The design of switching system has become ever most complicated in order to provide additional facilities which enable network to provide more services to customers and to facilities operation and maintenance. Message switching, it is having four parts, that is, first A1 is manual transfer of hard copy, B1 is manual transfer of paper tape, C1 is manual transfer of paper tape with automatic route selection, and fourth one is automatic message switching. In message switching, if there is no direct connection between the two customers at two towns, say source S and the destination D, then we can use another town point P to establish the connection in the telegraph unit. The operator at the town S, the message at town P, where it was written down by the receiving operator. This operator identifies the address of the messages as being town D and then transmitted the message over the circuit P as was shown in the figure. Later improvements made over above techniques. First step is the message received at D was automatically recorded and punched a tape and subsequently turned off the receiver by the operator who read the address from the tape, and message retransmitted automatically from the same tape as you are shown in the figure. This is known as turn tape relay systems. In a message switching center, an incoming message is not lost when the required outgoing is busy. It you with any other message for the same route and retransmitted when the required circuit becomes free. Circuit switching. Circuit switching allows two-way communication in real time. In circuit switching system connects the circuit of calling telephone to that of the called telephone on demand, and it maintains this connection for the duration of the call. Here, if the required outgoing circuit from a switch is already engaged on another call, the new call offered to it cannot be connected. This call cannot be stored, it is lost. Functions of switching systems. The basic functions of all switching system must perform are as follows. First one is attending. The system must be continuously monitoring all the lines to detect call request. Information receiving. In addition to receiving call and clear signals, the system must receive information from the caller as to the called line required. This is called as address lines. Information processing. The system must process the information received in order to determine the action to be performed and to control these actions. Since both originating and the terminating calls are handled differently for different customers, classes of service information has to be processed to in addition to the address information. Busy testing. After processing the received information to determine the required outgoing circuit, the system must make a busy test to determine whether it is free or already engaged on another call. Interconnection. For a call between the two customers, three connections are made in the following sequences. First one is connection to the calling terminal, connection to the called terminal, connection between the two terminals, that is calling terminal and the call terminal. In manual exchange system connections, A and B are made at the two ends of the card circuit, and the connection C joins them together in the card circuit. Many automatic systems also complete connection C by joining A and B at the transmission bridge. Modern systems release the connection A and B and establish connection C over a separate path through the switching network. This is known as callback or crankback. The calling line is called back and the connection to the call line is cranked back to it. Altering. Alerting having made the connection, the system ends a signal to alter the called customer to the call, example by sending ringing customers telephone. Supervision. After the call terminal has answered, the system continues to monitor the connection in order to be able to clear it down when the call has ended. When a charge for the call is made by metering, the supervisory circuit sends the pulses over the P wire to operate a meter in the line circuit of the calling customer. The process is also known as calling line identification. Next one is information sending. If the called customer line is located on another exchange, the additional function of information sending is required. The originating exchange must signal the required address to the terminating exchange. Note Strawberger step-by-step exchange, uniselector, two motion selector, group selectors, numerical selectors, and final selectors, and register translator sender. Distribution frames. Many changes occur during the life of a telephone exchange. New customers join and the old ones leave. As the number of customers in an exchange increases, or if the customers move from one exchange area to the other exchange area, then in PBX, number of lines may increase over 6 months or years from 4,000 lines to an ultimate 20,000 lines. Distribution frames in Strawberger exchange is consisting of IDM, MDF and IDF and TDF also. Growth of traffic may require additional switches in the exchange and more junctions to other exchanges. Great flexibility is therefore required in the trunking of an exchange. This is obtained by inserting distribution frames into the permanent exchange cabling. Frames contains an array of terminal blocks and the terminals are linked in a less permanent fashion by wires called jumpers. The distribution frames in a typical step-by-step exchange is as shown in the figure. The main distribution frame, that is MDF, is the place where the cables of the customer's distribution network terminate. The arrangement of terminals on the line side of the MDF correspond to the street cabling and so reflects the geography of the area. In MDF, the exchange terminals also arranged in directory number order. To guard the exchange operators against any high voltage surges on the external lines, protectors and fuses are mounted on the main distribution frame. The MDF also provides a convenient point of access for testing lines and private circuits, and through junctions are stacked together at the MDF. The intermediate distribution frame, that is IDF, is used to distribute incoming traffic evenly over the group of first selectors. On the multiple side of intermediate distribution frames, lines are arranged in the directory number order. On the local side, the order can be arbitrary to obtain the desired result. The terminal on the local side of the IDF or correspond to the equipment number of the lines, and the customer uniselectors are connected to this side. IDF provides equipment number to the directory number translation. Incoming calls for a customer terminate at final selectors on an outlet correspond to the directory number. The final selectors multiples are therefore connected to the multiple side of IDF. A modern system provides DN to EN translation in order to enable customers' incoming traffic to be redistributed in addition to their outgoing traffic. Between the ranks of selectors, there are trunk distribution frames, that is TDF. These are used in the telecommunication system to cater the growth of traffic. For digital switching system, digital circuits are terminated on a digital distribution frames, that is DDF. In a SPC system, EN to DN and DN to EN translation may be performed by a central processor reading data from an electronic memory. IDF is not used in SPC system.